No, assuming you spend a lot of time with out-of-state investors. So let's say I'm an out-of-state investor. I'm coming to you. Hey, I have $2 million to spend in Chicago. What are some things like right off the bat that they need to realize? What are some gotchas? You mentioned management a few times. That's a big one. But what are some other kind of like local nuances that they need to be made aware of and that you make them aware of as part of your job?
Yeah, I feel like we get so many calls, especially from New York and California over the last few years, where these markets just blown up and you can't get a return at all. And then they see Chicago. Chicago's a big city, and then they get attracted. It's like, oh my gosh, there's 10 caps in Chicago. This is phenomenal. And then it's I get on the phone with them, and if anything, I'm trying to scare them out of doing it just because they've got blinders on. So I have to explain to them again, management, like that sort of thing. One of the main things that I really try to harp on them is figuring out their soft costs. Like we put together these broker, OMs, every broker puts them together. And the soft costs that we include in there as far as, management, repairs, turnover, janitorial, that sort of thing, most of the time it's going to be a best case scenario from a broker. But it's very important. I explain this to them. I'm like, it's very important for you to figure out what your soft costs look like. And you're going to figure that out through your management company, and understand that on the south side or in any area that's a little bit more management intensive, those soft costs tend to be a lot more expensive than you may have been seeing when you were investing in Beverly Hills. So, it's important to double it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever your number is, but just making sure that you have your numbers and that's what you're working off of. That's definitely one of the main things that I try to explain to people that are coming in from other markets.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying along those lines, when you're talking to someone who's coming from out of state, they're saying, "Hey, I like it. I'm going to come here." Besides providing the actual building, hey, here's something that meets your criteria. What are some other value adds that you provide to your clients? Whether it be like, here's a lender I like, here's a property manager I like. Like, talk us through like being an actual partner to some of these clients, especially when they don't have boots on the ground.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I suggest different managers that they should talk to. We deal with a lot of lenders. I mean, we sell a lot of buildings, so we see a lot of different lenders. One of the main things that we see, different nuances that Chicago has that some other areas don't have, is that an attorney's involved in the transaction. And I like to harp on the importance of using a local Chicago attorney. A lot of people like to use their attorney from New York or Florida or wherever they're coming from. But there are certain like nuances within Chicago that are usually a learning curve for those attorneys. So we deal with a lot of different attorneys that we like to send out to people and let them make sure that they're in the best of hands.